everybody, it is Christina, and we are on our final day of the Coming Out of the Broom Closet 5-day challenge. It's been so much fun. We've had so much fun this week. I cannot believe that we are on the last day already, and today is just going to be one big party. But before I forget, I need to put my lipstick on, because I forgot that step. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Get to the comment section. Alright, looks like everybody is coming in. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Hi, Rachel. Good to see you. Lynn. Hi. I'm so excited. Happy Friday. So this week has been, for lack of better words, intense, right? That seems like most of my challenges are pretty intense, but this one was a doozy. We definitely cleared a lot of blocks in a very short amount of time. And that's why I really love doing the challenges, because it's a way to kind of work with you a little bit more one-on-one within the group and kind of get to know you, get to know more about your business, get to know about your dreams, what it is that you want to do and be in this world, how you want to help people. And that's my favorite part of the challenges. Hi, Anna. Good to see you. Hi, Susan. Happy Friday. So, today we are going to be doing the prizes. I was able to get through everybody's posts. If I haven't acknowledged your post, don't worry about that yet. I was in speed demon mode where I was just making sure I got everybody tallied in on the Excel sheet. And I'm going to be working through probably until the end of next week, just going through posts and where I didn't really have much time to comment on certain things. I'm gonna go back through and really spend some time and connect with each of you, because that's also my favorite part of the challenge. Is just really connecting with you. Hi, Catherine. Good to see you. So I've got some tea. I've already had my 2 cups of coffee. So pretty much speaking of coffee, if you haven't been to Marissa Lovett's 4-day series that she just did this week, it was awesome. You can check out her group. It's called Shamanic Earth Medicine, I believe, or you can tag her, Marissa Lovett. And she did this 4-day series with her sister, Kristen, where they went over the sacredness of certain herbs, like coffee, tea, chocolate, tobacco, these sort of things. And I've just totally been on a tea kick. Not only that, but Rachel's definitely influencing my whole tea obsession. I've had to definitely fatten out my tea cabinet ever since getting really in touch with her, because she's the tea queen. Rachel says, "You're awake." I am awake. It's because I've had 2 cups of coffee. But I pretty much, allow myself to have like a cup of coffee throughout the week. I don't drink more than 1 cup a day usually, but Friday, the reason why I love Friday so much is because I get 2 cups of coffee. And so I've already had my 2, so now I'm on tea. But I'm drinking, it's like a vanilla chai spice energizing tea. It's really good. It's very sweet. It's very feminine, if that makes sense. All the tea. Hi, Susie. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So, if you haven't heard, I'm giving away over $500 worth of prizes, and really more than that, but some things you can't really put a price on. There's some things that I added to it at the last minute, because I tend to do that. I tend to just, how can I make this better? How can I make this even more epic, right? Because that's just the type of person I am. So over $500 worth of prizes. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get right down to it. I was waiting on a couple people to show up who I know we're going to win the big ticket prize. Rachel says 2 to 3 cups of black tea will give you the same amount of caffeine as 1 cup of coffee. That's good to know. Catherine says ginger and honey tea for me. Yes, I got some raw honey with the honeycomb in it, and I've got some in here, and I love it because it's nice and crunchy. You get those honey crystals, and if you've never had the crunchy honey crystals, man, you're missing out. Hey, Maria, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. All right, so first prize, there's not really It's not like someone did better than one another. When I was thinking about prizes and who would win each prize, I tried to assign a prize to each person that I felt would help them the best. So I just kind of used my personal discernment with that. Lisa says, "Hello all, what an awesome week." Lynn says, "Earl Grey is my favorite." I have a friend who just went to London and she brought me back some Earl Grey tea. I haven't used it yet, but it's sitting on the counter waiting for me to open it. Hi Adrian, good to see you. Okay, so first prize that I'm going to be giving away is of course the 30-minute session. This is going to be a kind of like a quick laser focus session. I'm going to ask you some questions before we get on the phone or on video. And it's basically like, what's been working for you, what hasn't been working for you, where do you think you want to kind of go next with your business, or what do you think that you need, what is it that you're missing? And then we're going to spend the next 30 minutes on the phone or video, whatever you're most comfortable with, and we're going to talk about that, and we're going to make a plan for you. We're going to put some sort of strategy down that you can follow within the next 30 days to get you just a little bit closer to, where you want to be. So the first person who won the 30-minute session, and you get a 30-minute session, and you also get a weekend pass to the Make Tarot Your Business Masterclass. I threw that in at the last minute. I wasn't expecting to do that, but I was putting my makeup on this morning, and my makeup is a very, whenever I do makeup or, do self-care and stuff like that, it is a spiritual experience for me. It's a very quiet time. It's an artistic time, and a lot of the times I get downloads. I get guidance from guides, angels, other high vibrational beings, and someone was telling me, okay, not just a 30-minute session, but also give them a 48-hour pass to the masterclass, so a weekend pass. Catherine says, still have no view of the feed. Is it on for everybody else? Yes, I think so. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. All right, so are we ready? Drum roll. The first person who gets the 30-minute session and a weekend 48-hour pass to the masterclass is Sky Foster. Sky Foster. And it's okay if you're not here right now, because I am going to tag you. And let's see. Alright, I tagged her. You've won a 30-minute session and a 48-hour pass to the masterclass. So get with me and we'll set that up. If this weekend's not a good weekend for you, then that's okay. We'll, if you want to do it for next weekend, that's totally fine. Just get in contact with me, or I will get in contact with you, whoever contacts one another first. Okay, awesome. And the next person is Jan Brocklehurst. I don't know if she's here. Have won a 30-minute session and a 48-hour masterclass weekend pass. Alrighty. It was really hard to choose, but I really just tried to focus on the people that I knew that I could help the most and the most efficiently. But don't worry, if you didn't win, we do things like this all the time, so everybody's going to walk away with something, so don't worry about that. Yay! Sky and Jan, awesome. So you guys win a 30-minute session and a 48-hour masterclass pass. So just get with me or I'll get with you. Now, the second two people that win the next prize is a physical merch prize. These two ladies are already in the masterclass, so I couldn't give them a masterclass free pass. They already are in there. So the next two people that are going to get something, you're either going to, it's your choice. You can get a t-shirt like this with a unicorn on it that says Do Magic, or I'm going to send you a mug. This is the big size mug, right? This is the big one. Normal mugs are only like this big. So this is like 2 cups of coffee. And it has a unicorn on it and it says Do Magic. And these two ladies are getting these prizes because I saw them actually go out, especially after, day 3, when we were talking about going out into the community, seeing what you can do in your community and things like that. And Rachel Irazo actually called around some local places to her, and she scheduled her first live in-person class, her first workshop that she's going to be doing live. So Rachel, you're going to win either a mug or a t-shirt. Just let me know what you want. And then the second person is Susan Moore. You're going to get either a mug or a t-shirt, your choice, lady's choice. And Susan, I was just really blown away by the amount of self-reflection in your post. You really went above and beyond. I could tell that you put like hours into your journaling this week, and I really want to reward you for that. You just really blew me away. So Rachel and Susan. Rachel and Susan. Get a mug or a t-shirt. And send me, if you want the t-shirt, send me your sizes. I believe it may not look exactly like this. We'll have to see what we can do for sizing. But I believe that the place I go through goes up to 2X. If that doesn't work, we can shop around and look for another place, you know, if we need to go even bigger or anything like that. Awesome. Okay, now, then I have a jar here full of everybody else who basically participated in the challenge and contributed 4 different posts, right, for each of the days. And these are going to be our honorable mentions. So I have like 20 people in here. I'm going to pull 10 of them. So that way it's a little bit more fair. But if you did all 4 of the challenge posts this week, even if you didn't get it in on the 24-hour period, I went ahead and just added your name in here anyway. Everybody's so excited. Okay, and then you're also going to get a tarot card as well. And these people that get the 3rd prize, you're going to be able to go to my school on Thinkific, and you're going to be able to choose between one of 4 different workshops. So there's the Give the Most Epic Tarot Readings for Love and Relationships, which is basically the most popular one. Most people choose that one. There's the Numerology of Tarot workshop. There's the Give the Most Epic Tarot Readings for Halloween. And then there's also the bundle, which has the Psychic Activation and the Master Manifestor Activation. So you can choose any 4 of those that you like, or you can choose to come to the next workshop, which is going to be in May, and it's called Give the Most Epic Tarot Readings for Chakra Healing. So whichever one you want, just get with me and we'll get that, do the activations. Hi Pamela, good to see you. Okay, so I'm not going to look, cause even though I'm not going to cheat, but I'm not going to look. Okay, so the first person is Karen Alwyn. Karen Alwyn. You win the workshop. And a card. I'm using the Sacred Creators Oracle. This is by Chris Ann. This is a wonderful oracle card deck. Whoops, dropping them everywhere. I really like this one. It's a little bit pricey, but it's actually really, really awesome. The cardstock is really great. Oh, I didn't tag her. Give me 1 second. I'll just tag her later. No issue. Or can someone tag Karen Alwyn, A-W-E-N or A-W-R-E-N, I think is how you spell it. Hi Jan, good to see you. I'm going to get in touch with you here soon. Thank you, Susan, for tagging her. Karen, your card says, ambush your fear with your ferocious dream. And it has a picture of an elephant on it. So what this card is basically saying, Karen, is that your dreams need to be bigger than your fear. And that's going to be the next step that you need to take. Very, very, very nice card. Okay, next person. Susan, do you want to just tag people for me? If you want to do that, I'll do something extra special for you. If you want to help me out. No obligation, though, if you're busy. Okay. Next person is Elizabeth Russell. Elizabeth Russell. You win a workshop, and you get a free card. There's Karen. Hi. Good to see you. Oh, hi, Pomegranate. Good to see you. Elizabeth, overthinking can spoil the magic. And it looks like it has a crystal on it that's hanging from the ceiling. It kind of looks almost like a pendulum. So this card is telling me that you need to think less about what you're doing. Stop planning so much, and instead just start doing. Very nice card. Oh, no problem, Karen. No problem. I'm just happy you're here. Ooh, next person is Pomegranate Pick. Pomegranate Picked. You win a free workshop, and you also win a free card. And don't worry, I will be messaging you all personally. I'm also going to create another post in a group that has everybody's, I'm going to tag everybody with further instructions as well. Pomegranate. Your card is accept and receive. And it's got this dome on it that is kind of interconnected. It looks like some sacred geometry. And so what this card is telling me, Pomegranate, is that you are someone who gives a lot in life, and it's your turn to work on receiving that kindness back to you. Very nice card. Jan says, this is so amazing. I got so much out of the challenge itself. My self-esteem has skyrocketed this week. And my boys are away this weekend. Yay! So you get to have the whole weekend to yourself with the masterclass. That's awesome. Yeah, you'll never get through it in 48 hours. You'll never get through the whole. There's like 100 hours of content. I mean, if you really wanted to try, you could probably get like through half of it. It takes most people like 6 to 9 months to actually get through it. But you can get a good running start if you wanted to this weekend. The next person is Anna Martyr. Anna Martyr. M-A-R-T-E-R. Anna Martyr. You win a workshop and you win a card. Anna, your card says that your limitations inspire innovations. And it has an image of what is called a Merkaba, M-E-R-K-A-B-A-H, I believe. So this card is asking you to see where you've had struggles in your life, where are your own limitations, and how can you create a new way of doing something? How can you use those limitations in your life to be creative and create the new services for people? Very, very nice card. What's the best tea to stay awake? Ask Rachel. Ask Rachel. Thank you, Susan. The next person is Megan Wenzel. W-E-N-Z-E-L. Megan Wenzel. Megan, you win a workshop and you also win a card. Yes, these are beautiful cards. This is the Sacred Creator Oracle by Chris Ann. Megan, your card is Cut the Cords of Doubt. and it looks like it could be a couple different things depending on like what you want to see. It looks like it could be an angel, but it also looks like it could be a bird flying. And it says, cut the cords of doubt. So this card is telling you, Megan, that you are ready to soar, and that all you need to do is cut the cords of doubt and you will fly high. Very nice card. Pamela says, woohoo, Elizabeth, you couldn't see me putting my hands up while driving, going, yay. Rachel says, ooh, to stay awake, black tea. If it is a hormone problem keeping you groggy, do raspberry leaf. That's good to know. It's good to know. Next person is Catherine Wilson. Catherine Wilson. Catherine, you win a workshop, and you also win a tarot card. Pomegranate says, I like ginger lime tea if I want a non-caffeine. I also like to put lemon or lime in my teas. That tastes really good too. It gives it like that extra boost, you know? Alright, Catherine, here is your card. Well, Pamela, she says, I'm driving up a windy road. Catherine, your card says, what is your honest truth? And it has what appears to be like a diamond in the center with the sun emanating out from it. What is your honest truth, Catherine? That's what you need to follow. Your truth is what your intuition is telling you. Your internal compass. Follow that. It's going to lead you to great places. What is your truth, Catherine? No dying, Rachel says. Sky says, peppermint tea wakes me up. Hey, Sky, you won a 30-minute session and a 48-hour pass to the masterclass. I'm not sure if you saw that yet. Karen says, I have up caffeine years ago, but would go for Earl Grey. Yeah. The next person who wins a workshop and a card is Anna Lindberg. Anna Lindberg. Oh, given up. That's what you're saying. I see that. Gave up. I got you now. Oh, okay, Pamela. Oh, you're so funny. Oh, yours is, Anna, your card is Bravely Market Your Magic. So this really just talks about being more open and straightforward with your magic, and also using that in your marketing. It means owning your magic and owning that magical part of you. Very nice card to get. You're welcome. Okay, so we have two more people to win. It's okay, Karen. All right. The next person is Lynn Heisler. Heisler. Lynn Heisler. Oh, yay. Good. Faith, or Sky. I don't know why I said Faith for a second. Anna, okay, I get it. Frying pan hit home. Thank you, Susan. All right, Lynn. Your card is Magic Happens When You Most Expect It. And it looks like it's got some chakra type of images on it, or it looks like it could be some more like sacred geometry type of thing. It has 3 little symbols on it. It says magic happens when you most expect it. And so what this really talks about, maybe this is why I was getting faith for a second there. What this really talks about is faith. It means faith in manifesting, faith in miracles, faith that you're going to be successful. It really just says that basically if you want to expect miracles, you have to believe in them. You have to believe in that magic and the miracles. Very, very nice card. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. Okay, one more person. Who's it gonna be? Adrian Spatafore. Adrian Spatafore. That's a tricky one. Here, let me help you out, Susan. Spadafore. And that's Adrian, Adrien. Oh, she's here. Okay. Celebrating with wine washi tape and maybe actual wine. So, Adrian, you've won a workshop. So go to my angelicrealmseminary.com and you can go at the top and you can look through any of those paid workshops. And just let me know which one you claim. And I'll be getting those to everybody probably tonight and tomorrow through the weekend. So just be patient with me. And it says, I'm in love with the deck. Name and creator. It is the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann. All right, Adrian, your card says, okay, so this card kind of has what looks like a flying bird kind of on it, and it says the distraction of shiny things. So what this card is saying is that you really need to narrow your focus on one thing and one thing only, and really allow that one thing to blossom before you move on to the next thing. So you might be, as this card suggests, distracted by other shiny things and offers and modalities out there. But what this card says is that if you are if you are distracted by other things, perhaps that is actually what's keeping you at a standstill versus really exploring being an expert in one thing. Rachel says, seriously, my life has been rapidly changing since grabbing her workshops and classes. Do it, you won't regret it. Thank you. It really has. I mean, I'm not trying to like boast about it, but I've seen Rachel just like take off. Like, she told me she was ready, and then she did it, and then she's just been going ever since, and it's just been awesome watching you grow. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor briefly to everybody here. Does anybody have anything that they want to say about this challenge? Does anybody have any questions about anything we've talked about in this challenge? Does anybody have anything that they want to say or talk about before we move on to the next part of it? I'll go ahead and get my tea in now. Whether it's comments or just like things you've noticed about yourself, or like, what's the next step for you? What do you really think that after this challenge going forward in the world, come Monday morning, what about you is going to be different than how you were previously to the beginning of this challenge? Lynn says, Rachel, you are amazing. Rachel says, I'll do it for you too, toot. You guys are awesome. I know for me, what it means for me personally is just, I'm going to be more open about my magic. I'm going to be more embracing the divine feminine. That's really what this whole year, my whole theme for this year has been about, embracing the divine feminine. I've been so in my divine masculine for so long now that I'm ready to explore more of my intuition. Not that I haven't been doing that kind of stuff, but actually leading that. I've taken so many psychic development classes, and I've done a couple years of training and formal training and things like that. But this year I really want to actually lead that type of circle. And so I started with the psychic circle. And so moving forward, I think we have our first psychic circle meet and greet this Friday. And I feel like this challenge has definitely given me the type of energy that I've really needed to accept that role, because it's not that I don't necessarily think that I can lead people through their psychic development, but I've always felt like, am I really good enough to do something like that, or will people actually really want to learn from me? So for me personally, I'm going to be kicking that doubt to the curb, and I'm going to be embracing these new opportunities that are showing up for me, even though they might seem a little scary or challenging, or I might be feeling some fear or hesitancy with that. I really want to just show up, and I'm expecting the best case scenario. I think that's maybe that's actually what I'm moving forward with after this challenge, is that I'm going to be expecting the best case scenario all the time, moving forward with everything I do. Whether it's a new class or a new course or a new life program that I do, whatever it is that I do, I really want to start just expecting that the miracles are going to happen. Okay, so we've got some great comments here. Jan says, it's just been awesome. I feel so validated. Pomegranate says, I feel a lot closer to actually claiming my witchhood. This has felt like leaps and bounds for me. Thank you all. Lisa says, every time I do one of these challenges, I learn more about myself and I'm more willing to put myself out there. And that's basically, Lisa, you're hitting the nail on the head. That's really what the challenges are about, is about connecting and also getting yourself out there. So that's awesome, to be more visible. It's a growth process that is so well fed by being in groups like this. Thank you, Christina, for pushing me out of my box without taking it away. Susan says, I really love doing all of the inner work this week. It's been so illuminating and a realization that I so need to set boundaries and to get more in touch with myself rather than worrying so much about unnecessary things that I really have no control over. It's amazing. Kerwin, this guy named Kerwin something or other, he's a stand-up comedy, he's a stand-up comedian, but he's also spiritual, and he's also, I think, a psychologist as well. I was listening to one of his stand-up routines this morning, actually, Susan, and he was going over the thought process that we work so hard to control a life and to control our surroundings for a life that we don't even live. Now, just think about that for a moment. You know, we put up we put up not just boundaries, but we put up all of these thoughts in our head, and we prevent ourselves from actually participating in the life that we're trying so hard to actually protect. And what happens is we actually just miss out on our life in general. We spend all of our energy trying to protect ourselves and control our environment, and then basically we have no time left for anything else. So I think that's awesome, Susan. I think it's great that you're realizing that you can use your energy more wisely by living your life instead of worrying about what you can't really control. That's very wise. Very, very wise. Adrian says, this was such a wonderful challenge. I feel like it has opened my eye on a lot of so many things. I've been very in the woo, but not taking on that energy to push my business forward. And that's very common, Adrian. That happens to a lot of people. That's pretty much the most people that I come in contact with. And I think that you're really going to get further. I think you're really going to spark that hustle when you take one of my workshops, because it's going to give you that knowledge that you need in order to move forward with whatever it is that you really want to do. So I'm excited to see what happens with you. Karen says, I've been afraid of being too woo-woo. That's something too. Isn't that interesting? How we can actually be ashamed of being too woo-woo. It's interesting. I've been trying to make out that I've only got a toe in the witchy waters. How silly. If I want to attract the right clients, I can't be something I'm not. That is probably one of the most brilliant things I've ever heard. It's absolutely true. And if we want to attract clients that are just as magical and open and like tolerant and open-minded and understanding and compassionate and intuitive too, we have to be role models of that. We can't not own that part of ourselves and then expect to get clients who are somehow magically going to be our ideal clients. So really, that's like one of the things I say all the time, Karen, is that people buy your energy first before they buy anything else from you. So we, as spiritual entrepreneurs, we really have to work on fixing our energy first. And I think that's where you are right now. So that's awesome. Catherine says, I only drink herbal teas, Lisa, but my twin sister is a master tree drinker and ritualist. Sky says, I understand myself much more clearly now after this challenge, and I feel like I can better express my true self. Last night I had the most amazing dream about turning away from the darkness and running towards the light. That's awesome. So basically you're choosing now. Do I run towards the fear and take refuge in that and hide away from the world, or do I run towards the light, where maybe it's not necessarily 100% safe, but I know that I'm going to be happy and I know that I'm going to help people because I'm going to be visible. Rachel says, every challenge I see and feel everyone, including myself, grow exponentially. Yeah, the 5 day challenges are perfect for like really condensed like growth that is just exponential. It just grows. I adore it. I feel like we're all a little closer together and more close knit. Yes. This group is really just a group of business besties. We're all supposed to be really good friends here. And anybody that you haven't met in the group yet is just a friend that is just someone you haven't met yet. So I want you to also, think for a moment and after this challenge too. And I don't want the energy to dissipate. I want us to keep this momentum up. Obviously, it's not going to be as high energy as the challenge itself. The energy kind of has to dissipate a little bit so we can balance out. But I would love for you all, if you see someone in the group that is a new name to you, that maybe you haven't talked to before, just say hi. Just do a waving gif or just say, hey, nice to meet you, things like that. And let's kind of keep building that camaraderie. That's going to tie into the next thing I'm going to talk about here in just a moment, too, which is really cool that you brought it up. But I'm not surprised because you're psychic, so. I wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm not. Anna says, I can only agree with Lisa, Susan, and the others. Every challenge brings a new insight about myself and the things around me and finding some wonderful people. Yeah. Pomegranate says, pushing me out of my box without taking it away. I think that's important, and I think that's what a lot of coaches miss, is that they're so gung-ho about, getting people, like, to literally jump out of their box, and it can be very scary. So I try to be a coach that honors and respects, acknowledges where you are right now, knowing that it's only a matter of time until we can get you where you really need to be. But I'm totally a baby step type of person myself, too. It's taken me years to kind of come out of my shell. Let's see. Catherine says, thank you, this community is outstanding and so safe. Susan says, so true, and it's completely in line with the music reading Rachel did for me today. Ooh, I didn't get to see that. Where do I see, was that your live stream, Rachel? I'll have to go back and watch that. I was probably putting on my makeup or something when you went live. Which movie? Susan says, I totally am. Can't wait. Leonie says, I'm learning so much about myself. That's good. Hi, Leonie. Good to see you. Leonie says, I start strong, so I have to work on my end game, putting it out to the universe, so I need help finishing. Yeah, so for you, Leonie, your theme, I think what you've learned about yourself is that for you, it's about the follow through. You are an awesome, person that can start things and you can go through things, but for you, it's about, getting to the finish line. Susan says, right, on the live stream, I need to watch Treasure Planet. Oh, Treasure Planet is such a good movie. You're going to love that movie. That is so much fun. Christina Neville says, oh, another Christina. Hi, Christina. I am very eclectic and bounce between or blend my fairy practice, witchcraft, and druidry. Other witchy types feel I am more druid in my ways, and druids feel I am more witchy. So I've been calling myself the eclectic fae. I love that. That is awesome. You're turning it into something that doesn't exist, and you're turning it into something that is your own that you can claim. So that is awesome. Rachel says, yep, it was. It was on my business page. Oh, okay, good. I'll have to check that out. Susan's song was from Treasure Planet. I'll teach you guys how to do the Shufflemancy readings I did all next week. Rachel, do you have a link for your challenge sign up? Can you link us to that real quickly? Just to give a little shout out, Rachel is doing, so if you want to keep this momentum going, and what I really try to do here is the masterclass members, I teach how to do challenges and series and workshops and things like this, taking more of that leadership role in organizing events for people online, people just like you and me who are witchy, looking to explore their spirituality, looking to learn from different teachers and instructors around the world. Rachel is one of my students, and she is hosting another challenge next week. This is by far not her first challenge, so she's done this a few times now. But she's going to be doing a challenge that is all about shufflemancy. So Rachel runs the Crone Academy, which is a magical school where you can learn about all different types of divination. And the challenge that she's doing next week is around shufflemancy, which is basically like getting intuitive guidance from music and songs that you like. So definitely check that out if you're looking for like something to do going forward and you're feeling that energy and you want to keep the momentum up. Check that challenge out. Really, Pomegranate says, this is the first time I've ever stepped into a group, and I'm so glad it was this one. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I'm very glad that your first experience is a good one. That's important. Because, if it wasn't, that's bad news because, there's so many good groups out there and so many good people out there. I would hate for anybody's first experience to be a negative one. Susan's dancing in her chair right now. Lynn says, this was an excellent challenge not only for my own growth, but to get to know more about the ladies in this group. Right, yeah. I feel more focused, not easy with ADD. You're right. Yeah, I totally understand that. Rachel says, totally appreciate the shout out. It'll be fun. Yes, okay, so moving on to the last and final thing that I really wanted to wrap up for you on this final day of our coming out of the Broom Closet 5-day challenge is that I really want to give everybody the opportunity to get into the masterclass in a way that is going to be comfortable for you. I have never before offered the masterclass at this type of pricing, this low and this flexible. So what is the masterclass? If you are new to this group, you may have not heard it before, or you may have heard it and maybe not really sure what it is. The Make Tarot Your Business Masterclass is the only online school that really teaches real marketing strategies, real business building techniques. It teaches things like tax law, accounting, business formation. We talk about how to get your websites up and going, how to blog to get more clients and get a larger audience, a reader base. We talk about how to run communities like this, where you can actually step up and lead communities and help people. I talk about how to make passive income through workshops and challenges and series. We talk about so much more than just that, but that is just like the tip of the iceberg about the masterclass. Now, the masterclass usually goes for $297, and I realize that for a lot of you that is too big of a commitment right now because a lot of you are still kind of figuring out how to get clients and how to package your services and how to actually make money, right? That seems to be like the most elusive thing. The Make Tarot Your Business Masterclass will teach you how to do that. And not only that, but you get a group of other women. We have 30 plus other women in the group right now. And if you enjoy the intimacy of this group, it's like the masterclass is way more intimate than even this. So it's way more condensed. There's less women. We really get to know each other on like a first level basis. We get to help one another. If you've ever wanted to learn how to do live streams, if you've ever wanted to learn how to do copywriting, if you ever wanted to learn how to even set up like auto schedulers and sales pages and all that kind of stuff, that technical stuff that goes behind running a business that you need to know how to do, the masterclass has all of that stuff. And if you get into the masterclass, what that automatically gets you is all the future content that I do that is tarot related. You get that for free. So it's a lifetime membership if you do the $297. And if you do the $297, you get a free 60-minute session with me. So basically, for a 1-hour session with me, just one-off, is $197. So for $297, I mean, you're getting the course for $100, which is basically probably the best investment that you're ever going to make for your business. Now, I know people can't necessarily do the $297. So what I have done is I'm going to give everyone 48 hours. This is a 48-hour opportunity. I will be not taking any more people past Monday. So this is basically like first come, first serve. I'm going to be opening up the masterclass for $33 per month on a 1-year contract. So if you are someone who is struggling to come up with that large amount of money to invest in the masterclass, I've made it very easy for you to get started right now for $33. That's it. $33 a month. You get access, you get more intimate access to me. I can make trainings for you. You get to know how to run your business, and you get to connect with a tribe of other women who are just as serious about their business as you are. So if you are interested in that, if that calls to you, if you feel you are ready to move forward, you're ready to be visible, you're ready to start picking up the pieces, learning what you need to do to be a leader, whether in the online community or in your local community. This course works mostly for online, but it also complements in-person workings too. I want you to message me, just get a hold of me, and I will send you the link to check out, and I can get you in as soon as within the next hour. So all you have to do is sign up for the 12-month payment plan, and you could be in the masterclass within the next 60 minutes. Can I join again? Leonie says, can I join again so I get an hour with you? Leonie, you have an hour with me. All you have to do is claim it. You're so funny. Rachel says, for real, do it, guys. I've had a payment plan with Christina, and it's so worth it. I've been doubling my income consistently since I grabbed the masterclass, and that started in the first month of joining. It's super relaxed and not full of hard sell crappiness. Do it. Yes. And then we also do masterclass exclusive events. Like we're doing a planner party in April. You'll get access to all of my future workshops. You won't have to pay for any more of those. And you get to access them live. So there's a lot of benefits. And if you want to see what's all involved in the masterclass, I'll give you the sales page right now. And then you can decide if you want to do the full payment for $297 or if you want to do the $33 a month. So check it out. Let's see. Rachel says, I almost got the coaching amount for you too. Yay! Jan says, can't wait to see how everyone blossoms. Yeah, it's very humbling. Lynn says, worth every penny. It's the best investment. So much info. So for me, it's really, what's been most important for me about the masterclass is accessibility. I don't believe that learning how to run a business should be for the people who already have money. I'm really committed. It's one of my core tenets of who I am in my business, to teach business skills at reasonable, affordable cost so that anybody can start their own business. And it's not something that is just reserved for a select type of person. You know what I mean? So that's just part of my mission, and that's why it's so important that we do this $33 a month thing, and we try to get as many people as we can that are ready to take the next step. And it's just going to be awesome. I mean, don't ask me. Just if you're curious about it and you just want to get some real feedback from people, put a post in the group. Ask people what they think about it. People will be honest. And I don't, they're going to say whatever they're going to say. That they're not trained by me to say any of this. So they're going to give you their real opinion. And then if you want, you can even talk to them in private. So whatever you need to do. And if you want to message me and ask me, is this right for me? I will totally help you with that too. So I'm just an inbox message away. Christina says, that sounds really great, but I'm still trying to figure out the hotline so can save to do my own business. I totally understand. There's actually in the Victoria Business Masterclass, a lot of you have been through the Psychic Hotlines free webinar I did, but there's actually 6 hours of additional content in there about the Psychic Hotlines. There's also bio templates, and there's a whole bunch more insider secrets about the Psychic Hotlines in the masterclass that you would probably really enjoy. Leonie says, oh my god, I so did not realize. Yes, now I'm dancing in my chair. Yeah, Leonie, you did the full amount, so you get the free 60-minute session. Catherine says, no kidding. Yes, okay, awesome. So I'm going to get off here right now. That won't work for me as the tax education. Well, that's all right, Anya, because there's so much more in it. I mean, that's just one module in it. There's so much more. Rachel says, I love the older Psychic Hotline info that you have in there from years ago with Heather. Yeah, I did more with Heather and Charlene. Charlene actually did some of it with us. My first month on one site made about $30. Couldn't even do a payout. Okay, well, Christina, what I want you to do is I want you to post in the Facebook group, and I want you to tell us where you're struggling with that, because there's 200 people in here that do Psychic Hotlines, and we would love to help you with that and try to help you boost up your income so that you can afford the masterclass. Leonie's dancing. She's so excited now. Susan says, a wealth of information about the psychic hotlines for sure. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get off here now. So I can create the winner's post, and then I'm going to be messaging everybody individually. I'm going to be sending out workshops over the next couple hours. So I will be connecting with you. Thank you so much for joining me with this challenge. It's just been awesome. I really have no words to say just how amazing it is. And the awesome thing is that we are energy workers, so we can feel the energy. So it's like, it just feels so good, you know? You're welcome. You're welcome. Lynn says the hotline videos were what got me started on the hotlines. Leonie says, me too. I'm from England, but that doesn't matter. The rest is so worth it. Right. Right. All right, ladies. I will see you in the Facebook group.